ready for a minimalism challenge? Welcome back, people, and a huge welcome to my Thrival tribe. If you haven't met me before, my name is Lexi Tommy, and this is my Thrival guide. On Thursdays, I sit down and talk to you about how to get your life together. It's a fun little channel on adulting, and it's going to help everything in your day-to-day go much smoother. So stay tuned today and subscribe below so I can keep coming back on Thursdays. So how are you? How was Christmas for you all? I hope it was wonderful. But now it's time to roll up your sleeves and get down to business. This is my absolute favorite time of the year. I shared my journey last year with you with the Minimalism Challenge, and it was so much fun. I hope that you are going to join this year too. I encourage you to give it a try yourself. You are going to love the benefits that it has in your day-to-day life. You can do it by yourself, you can do it with a friend, you can do it with a group of friends. That's what I do, and it's a lot of fun. The January Minimalism Challenge is a game changer. It changes the whole network of your life, your family's life, your day-to-day routines. It is going to help you build time, and it is going to help you reduce frustration and stress in your life. I'm telling you, it is the best. And it's an awesome little short way to try out minimalism and its results. January screams a fresh start. And what is fresher than getting rid of all the useless, all the broken, all the misfitting, all the damage, all of the items that you have kept out of obligation. Get them cleared from your life and move on to the next clean chapter. If you have ever wanted a simpler life, if you have wanted to clear out and make things simple and easily organized in your home, if you have ever opened a drawer and are super sick and tired of going through garbage and broken items, trying to look for the things that are actually useful, if you're plain sick of not being able to find the things you actually need and actually use, this is the challenge for you. It only lasts 31 days. It's the perfect opportunity to make use of January. We all have too much stuff, too many brushes, too much makeup, too many dishes, too many clothes. Everyone is guilty. We all have too many items that we hold on to, and even groupings of those items. I have a girlfriend who kept a massive bag of single socks just in case she found the mate. I asked her one day, how many times do you actually go through the entire bag of socks if you find an extra one? She said, never. That's chaos. I'm gonna tell you, I am also guilty of this. I, for some reason, love to clean out old spray bottles and sample bottles and little glass bottles. I like to clean them out and I like to store them just in case I might need an empty bottle. It's crazy. It's crazy. This month is your turn to tackle what needs to be tackled. So if you have a little collection, I'm gonna suggest to head there first. And all month long, I'm gonna share great ideas of things you can purge, things you can minimize out of your life, and things you can get rid of. You are going to be so much healthier and happier because your home and your energy is going to be lighter. So what is a minimalism challenge? It is serious business. Every January, I take this on, and it's got very simple rules. Day 1, January 1st, you get rid of 1 item. January 2nd, you get rid of 2 items, and so on, right on through. January 25th, you get rid of 25 items. January 31st, you get rid of 31 items. And it totals 496 items, almost 500 items purged from your life. This will be my 8th year doing it. And no matter how many items I get rid of, no matter how strong my commitment has been to minimalism over the years, I have never struggled trying to find those 500 items. I've never struggled. I have reduced the amount of options, but I have never struggled trying to make the count. I have a family, I have pets, I have a husband, I have kids. It adds up. Things we have outgrown, toys that are broken, things that are damaged, items that are brought into our house that you give permission to have them brought in your house, like McDonald's toys. It is wild how many things you can collect in the course of a year. And they sneak into the little corners and the little spaces and the little back of the drawers of all of the things in your home. It is amazing how they can hide. It is amazing that you haven't cleared them out already, but I'm going to tell you, January is the time to find them. So a couple of rules here, very few actually. You can recycle a pencil. You could recycle a pen, that counts as an item. A paperclip counts as an item if you're wanting to get rid of it. A broken toy counts as an item. A piece of clothing counts as an item. You can recycle it, you can donate it, you can sell it. Whatever you want to do with it is fine. Garbage does not count. Actual physical garbage, bottles and cans that need to be recycled, those things do not count. It has to be an item in your home. Last year I mentioned some of the reasons why people might be holding on to items. So keep these in mind as you're trying to go through and purge. It's really important that we understand how our brain works and the reasons why we kept that item in our house in the first place, so that one, we can get rid of it, we can challenge the idea of why it's here, and so that we can prevent it from coming back again. Because as I mentioned with the bottles, that still happens. I'm not really sure why. I think I'm like planning for the apocalypse. What happens if we get to a situation where I need to make a homemade cleaner and I don't have a bottle? Like really, what happens? I haven't been able to answer it in 8 years. I have reduced the amount that I do it, but it does still happen. Somehow these things still pop up over and over and over again. And you'll find your quirks of what you save and what you do and the clusters that you have too. But some of the reasons why we keep things are things like feeling obligated to keep it because it's a gift, even if you've never liked it, you've never used it, you've never put it to use. Keeping it because is a big reason why people keep things. But just to clarify, an item in your home doesn't define your relationship with a person. So keep that in mind as you're decluttering. Some people feel that they need to find a good home for an item before they can let it go. I challenge that by saying donating it, selling it, that's a good enough home for a physical item. And I think it's really important that you understand that it being in your home collecting dust and being neglected isn't a good home. So anything that you can find that would give it purpose again would be a much better home than what you're giving it. People often have trouble letting go of things because they remember that they had to work to earn the money to get it. And so their obligation to treat that item with the respect that they promised it when they purchased the item, it gets all messy, right? And so instead of having that train of thought, you have to think about, is it worth something? Can I get that money back or a portion of that money back if I were to sell it or repurpose it or give it away? Can I then free myself from the stress? Is that worth a financial gain also? So I think it's important that you understand that the dust settling on the item, the guilt from purchasing the item that you didn't then utilize, or the item having to be organized and sorted and cleared out constantly as you try to manage the excess items in your house, will cause tremendous stress. And then what is that worth? And then there are the apocalypse thinkers. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm most like that. I like the idea of keeping it just in case. What if I need it? I like the thought process of saving money by not having to buy it again. It took me a long time to come around to the idea that It did not have to be kept. Things are easily consumed, things are easily purchased. If I haven't needed it in the past year, the likelihood of me needing it ongoing is almost a nil. And the other thing is that you become more creative. So maybe I have a container that I think, well, I could use this container to hold paint in. Like I can't use it for food, doesn't have a lid. Can't use it for organization, doesn't have a lid. Like there's a few things I couldn't use it for, but maybe I could still use it to put paint into. So I'll save it so that when I'm painting, but then the paint changes, right? The paint lids have changed to where you don't need that anymore. Or you could hold the paint can and paint. So sometimes doing things differently means that you don't need that item anymore. I just want you to be able to have a concept that not everything is needed for a potential purpose down the road when you're decluttering. It's going to really help you get rid of some of the items that you really need to get rid of. I'm going to link a link below in the description box, and it's an article called 56 items that you can purge today. You can purge them immediately and not regret a thing. This article is by Typically Topical. It's not my article, but it's a good one. So take a look at it, come up with a plan. 56 items will clear out a few of your days and have great ideas like getting rid of old cookbooks, puzzles and game boards that don't have the pieces anymore, getting rid of old pillows, things that you can clear out of your home easily. So go ahead, click the link below and have a good read, have a good fresh start in your new January challenge. I cannot wait to hear how it goes. I want you to use that comments box below. I want you to communicate with me on how this challenge is serving you. And for those that are new and for those that have come before, welcome Thrivers to my Thrival Tribe. We'll see you soon.